Hi, this is Andy from This is the Future of Facebook. We're going to be starting at noon. Just wanted to make sure that everything is working. So, give me a minute just to make sure, and then we'll get started exactly at noon. This is Andy from This is the Future of Facebook. We're going to be starting at noon. Just wanted to make sure that everything is working. So, give me a minute just to make sure. And then, we'll get started exactly at noon. Sorry if there's a little reverberation. Just making sure that I can see everything on the webinar screen. And if you'd like to join in the conversation, definitely feel free to below with the Facebook chats. I know there's a bit of a delay here, so if you do see some delays going on, I'm sorry about that. Want to just make sure that everyone has the correct information. So if you're looking to ask questions, we'll be doing that at andynathan.net/event. Okay. Give me one more second and we will get started. And can everyone see the screen, the PowerPoint? If you can, please put a comment in the Facebook conversation chat below. Okay. Can people see this? We have people signing up and who are attending. Want to make sure everyone could access the information here. Just want to make sure everyone's able to see this beforehand. So I really would like to make sure there's no problems because I'm going to go in and get started. Okay. So this is the future of Facebook. And what we're going to be talking about today is some of the different techniques and strategies you can use for your business to get started with Facebook. So I'm going to go through 10 different things, and we're going to do this real quick in about 30 minutes. If you have questions, definitely feel free to ask them afterwards, because I want to make sure that we're able to address people's concerns once we've gone through all the information. So first of all, the first thing we're going to talk about today is the Facebook Messenger platform. Now, Facebook had their F8 convention yesterday, and one of the cool things that came out of that was they're really starting to just split up Facebook from Facebook Messenger. Now, Facebook Messenger has traditionally played a support role as one of the communication features in Facebook. Now that it has its own app and they've been separating this more and more over the last year, they'll be able to fully roll it out as a complete package so developers could add their products as well, and it can be a competitor to WeChat and Viber. And so you can see here, one of the cool things is that when you're on Facebook chat, now you have the opportunity to add apps into Messenger, which gives you a lot of different opportunities for communication. So if you want to use Facebook Messenger as a better way to do email, now you have the opportunity to not only send live text messages, you could also send things like you see here. So there's a program here called Bitmoji where you can create a person. You can create like a little gravatar to look like yourself and to do different things. So I did one here of myself and said my hero. And you could also use platforms like Wordio where you could create out of text. You could create little short videos that you could send to people. What this is going to allow people to do is it's going to allow you to communicate better for businesses on Facebook Messenger. Instead of just relying on chat, now you could start doing audio and video chat on Facebook. Imagine the potential of being able to talk to a client that you're discussing a product or service that you offer and then send them a short video. Using the numerous programs that are available today, that will be easier than ever. And these programs are just some of the first initial apps that are coming out. More will be coming out over the next few years. Second, not only in the first three items, by the way, are all about Facebook Messenger, by the way, because a lot of the updates that are coming out were about Facebook. Second, you could also receive receipts on Messenger and use it for customer service. And you could also use Messenger to pay bills on the platform, which is really amazing. So let's go into that first part where you can use Messenger for receipts. So this is Mark Zuckerberg at the Facebook conference, and you can see in the background there's a picture of a mobile phone. And what's happening here is they're going through a transaction with Everlane, and Everlane decided to do real-time shipping and updates on their phone. And the really cool thing about this is that there's a check mark in here from Everlane talking about how people, if you would like to receive a receipt on Everlane and have it go to your phone, then, or have it go to your Facebook Messenger, then you could have it go there directly. So definitely take a look at all of the information here from the Facebook Messenger, because now you can integrate it with your e-commerce store. And in addition to that, once that happens, you could also take a look and you could see if you want to add and do customer service, information is automatically sent to the Facebook Messenger. So if you want to buy more products, you could buy more products directly from Facebook Messenger. So it gives you the opportunity for that to happen right away. And I'm going to just also, you could go through here and you could take a look, and people could buy products as well directly from, Facebook Messenger. So the ability to be able to do that. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second because apparently people are having problems getting into the webinar. And I'm sorry, I went through here and added this, so I'm going to pause for just 2 seconds. And I need to just stop real quick so I can send the message out. I apologize for stop the sharing the screen. If you do have questions, let me know. Ooh, look at that hairstyle. That's quite amazing. I just want to make sure, because there's a few people said they're having problems getting into the webinar, and I want to make sure that people who did log into the webinar could get in there immediately. So I'm just going to send a quick message. Okay, so I apologize for the delay. Wanted to make sure that everyone was able to do this. And when we had, cool. So what I want to do now is I want to just go back to the webinar and get started. If anyone does have any questions, definitely remember go to andynathan.net/event, and you should be able to ask any questions there. But I'm just going to go back here. I'm sorry about this delay, and want to make sure that people are able to get in so they can see what's going on. And just recording this to make sure if anyone did miss something, that they could be able to see everything right now. So the cool thing about this is that, keep in mind, now people could start going on Facebook Messenger and they could begin to start buying products here. And the next part of this is that if not only do you have Facebook Messenger, you could also do Facebook Messenger calls. And Facebook Messenger calls will allow people to start doing live calls on Facebook Messenger. Like you can see here, I was calling my sister and testing this out because I was calling late at night and didn't want to really wake up weird random people. And this is really an opportunity for people to begin to use Facebook Messenger to start making calls directly to their social network. So it opens up a lot of different opportunities. LinkedIn, one of the cool things about LinkedIn is that you can use that to use as like a phone book to call prospects. Now you can start doing that with Facebook as well, directly through Facebook Messenger. So number 4 is Parse for IoT, which is the Internet of Things. Now, I'm going to be honest, some of the Internet things sometimes confuses me on how they're going to do this, because they don't have a complete, they're still in the development phase. This is some things that are farther out, but what they've started to talk about, one of the things that they've started to talk about with IoT is starting to integrate different, like if you're having your garage and you want to access it remotely, you could actually get messages to your Facebook Messenger. So if you go to your phone, so there's programs out there right now that are automatic where your phone could open up your garage door, and they're plugged into that. Well, if you want notifications if someone opens your garage door, or if someone decides to open your garage door, or someone decides to use your site, someone decides to use the information in your house, you can get notifications from all the different smart applications that are being developed. Like if someone accesses your heat or your air on Nest, that way you can get that information that someone used that from your Facebook Messenger, and you can get notifications through there. So they're really trying to replace your email almost as a messenger service with this. Next is some of the coolest stuff that's going on with Facebook. In the next few years, and Microsoft with Microsoft 10 is really going to advance a lot of this. The idea of virtual reality with your computer will become real. And in Facebook's purchase last year of Oculus Rift is one of the biggest driving trends for making this a reality. What they really want to do is imagine going on a social network in the next few years, and this is not all available right now. They're just in the early stages of this. But imagine in the next few years when you're on social networks, literally plugging in with a headset and then having conversations with people on a virtual reality. Because of the advances in internet and the databases and all the different technical aspects that weren't available 10, 20 years ago, we're now at a point technologically where we could start having live virtual reality. Think about 360-degree video support, where you put on a headset and talk to customer support just like they were standing right in front of you, walking you through what you need to do. And then they're going to start adding tactical stuff where you can start doing keyboards in front of you, so you can visually start typing on a keyboard or doing all the other steps that you need to access the information. So with that, you also want to keep in mind that this will connect everybody in one space on Facebook. Because what's happening now is you take a look at the trajectory of Facebook. It started with text. Then it went to photos, which is what's now the hot thing on Facebook. Video is going to be next, and you're going to start seeing more and more videos on Facebook. And then you're going to start seeing the virtual reality and the AI and the augmented reality in the next 2 to 3 years, where you start seeing video and augmented reality videos taking over a lot of the content on Facebook. It means that content on Facebook is going to have to be more dynamic if you want it to be successful. So this is an image of Oculus Rift. These are some of the type of developments that people are starting to add, because these type of headsets are changing the way we do social media. And this is one of the first examples from the F8 conference. They're showing a new gaming system that they're using, where in the new game, you literally have 360-degree control over a gaming system where you're launching into space from a spacecraft. And you can see all around you the images of that game. So gaming is really one of the amazing parts that could be part of this. Imagine playing a Facebook game. You know, like people used to play Farmville, and then they'd add in their friends. Imagine if you're playing Farmville with your friends when you're at the farm, and then all your friends from your social network are there with you. Or you're playing Texas Hold'em, And instead of playing with just your friends here in your locale, like if you're in Chicago, you're also playing with people in Texas or, I don't know, Brazil or China or the Philippines, and you're all in one spot, and you could play and you could read people's emotions and see what they're talking about. The potential for this is amazing. So the reason why they're able to do this is because of the fact that they're starting to understand, they're taking advantage of what we could see. And by understanding our idea of what we could see in the world, they're starting to be able to help transform that into the virtual reality world. So this is something that's really going to transform how we network online, how we connect and communicate with people. Because no longer are we just going to be sitting in front of a keyboard typing away in front of a desktop. No, we're going to have visual devices. Google Glass was the first stage in that development. While some people say it might be a failure, it really was the first development of that type of idea. And being able to do this on a social media platform will really take ground. And with the stuff that Microsoft's adding in there with Windows 8, it will start to really make a big difference in how we interact online. So the next thing we're going to talk about is embedded video player. So before we do that, I want to see if anybody does have any questions. So I'm going to pause for 1 second. Okay. If you do have any questions, use the Facebook questions below. I know some people are just coming in. Anyone who's attending right now will get a copy of the recording of the webinar afterwards if you did miss something, because I know that some people were having trouble getting into the webinar. So I want to make sure that they have the ability to join us later on. And so the next thing that we're going to talk about is the Facebook embedded video player. And with the Facebook embedded video player, one, you have access to the API, which is the API, which is the reason I'm bringing this up is because this is from a developer standpoint. For anyone who wants to create programs with this, they could start connecting APIs. And API, the reason why I bring it up is because a lot of times with programs, it'll help you to be able to connect from one device or one software platform to another. And that's really going to be important with Facebook embedded video player. Additionally, you're going to have better uploading. So with Facebook embedded video player, now people have the ability to you could upload programs with, you could, instead of uploading it with the traditional Facebook uploader, they have an improved uploader where you could upload up to 1.5 gigabytes of video every single video. That's a huge upgrade from the previous videos. It means you could do about 50 minutes of videos on Facebook right now, just uploading it to your newsfeed. Additionally, the new Facebook embedded video player is allowing more scheduling and video control. So before, when you're doing the scheduling, you could schedule some post on your Facebook fan page. Now you could also have more control over who sees these videos. Like for example, if you want to do a split test and test out people who are 18 to 25 versus maybe, I don't know, people who are 60 and above, you could start to get an idea of which video, how the video works at different age ranges. You could also show it to people who are only on the East Coast, not the West Coast. You could see you could upload multiple subtitles to check out different locales. What they're really doing is they're allowing not only a better video player for the uploads, they're also allowing it a better video right now that you can create videos on Facebook that allow you to target it to different markets, which is one of the cool things. I mentioned that video is now becoming one of the biggest parts of Facebook and the upgraded Facebook. One of the other cool things that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to embed Facebook video player. What that means is that you can now use Facebook videos just like you use YouTube videos and embed it on your website. Embed is our little codes that you could use. And with the embed code, you could then have it copied and pasted onto your website, and people could like, share, and comment on your videos on your website. And those posts and those likes and those shares go directly into people's Facebook video streams. It gives you more power with your Facebook marketing. Additionally, you have a seed library to schedule later posts. So if you have a number of different posts and you have a number of different videos, you can create a seed library and put all the videos up and then schedule a number of them later on. And I put in Gravio because they had a number of different third-party apps like Gravio. So I didn't really get here. That part is still not clear, but they have some really good things with that. So you can see here, this is a embedded video player. This is what I was talking about before. This is from the Academy Awards ceremony. And you can see up here, there's a like and a share button in there for the video. People could now like and share the embedded videos. This is more for developers. So the seventh thing that we want to talk about is analytics for app installs. Now, some of this information will be more for developers, and I want you to understand a lot about F8 is for developers. Breaking it down to also work for small business owners, it does work together, because when they start talking about app installs, it also helps you understand how to use this for your own business. But the great thing about analytics is they're going to help people analyze how these app installs and how these information works across devices. Same way that you could analyze how ads work across devices, they'll help you understand app installs. And a lot of businesses now, there's a lot of programs out there to help you create app installs. There's also a breakdown of language and cohort information, along with dynamic audience updates. So you could have dynamic audiences based on people who searched for your product before, didn't purchase before. You could also build lookalike audiences to current target market apps. So if there's target market apps, you can use that. And I'm just going to go through here. I want to just make sure because we're running a little short on time here. And the next thing here is internet connectivity, number 8. With internet connectivity, one of the things you have to be aware is that there are 2.4 billion people across the globe who do not have access to 2G, 3G, or 4G internet. Now, to put this in perspective, 2G internet was like the breakthrough internet in like 2001, 2000. Because I remember when I was getting out of college, everyone's like, 2G, it's the next big thing. Then there was 3G, now there's 4G internet. That's 4th generation. People don't have internet access to, 2.4 billion people don't have internet access to 2nd generation internet that was available at cutting edge internet at the beginning of the millennium. So that's a big deal. Internet.org is their way to do this. Now, the reason why this is important for entrepreneurs is because you have to understand there's a lot of services that go into helping people with Facebook. Now, if Facebook could help people get access to the internet around the world, what they'll also be doing is they'll be giving people the ability to connect to a lot of different services. So for those entrepreneurs who work on a global basis, this is a huge boon. You could be helping women, health, working on communication, information, education, finance, government, all those different factors. For people who sell services related around those, can have a huge audience, a new audience to participate in those services. That's why it's so important to understand that the Facebook, what they're doing right now is they're going to expand. They want to focus on the next billion users to their services. If you could tap into that next billion as they come online, it'll really be a boon to what you're doing. Next, number 9, AI. And this is some of the stuff that they talked about here was above me, because this is like more the technical side, but the potential for this is just amazing. Because think about AI, you think about like the movie 2001 with HAL, and you think about like a smart computer. Well, we're getting to the point where we could start training computers, not only to do stuff like HAL, but also to deal with the information overload. The problem with Facebook and other social networks is that you get so much content coming through, you need help sorting out what information is best for you. What AI is going to do is that it's going to help people, it's going to help sort out the information that's best suited for, I'm sorry. So what it's going to do is it's going to help people sort out the best information for users. And what's going to happen here is you can see that this is a example of how this would work. And this is still in the early stages. So this is, like I said, we talk about future of Facebook. This is probably about 3 to 5 years off before it's really going to start completely impacting Facebook search. But it's something to definitely pay attention to. And what they're talking about here with, this is Lord of the Rings. They broke down Lord of the Rings into like 2 or 3 paragraphs. So basically, Bilbo traveled to the cave. Gollum dropped the ring there. Bilbo took the ring. Bilbo went back to the Shire. Bilbo left the ring there. Frodo got the ring. Frodo journeyed to Mount Doom. Frodo dropped the ring there. Sauron died. Frodo went back to the Shire. Bilbo traveled to the Grey Heavens. The end. Kind of a really short, condensed version of 6 books. So what they're doing is they wanted to see how well the AI could understand the information here. So they put in questions like, where is the ring? And the answer is, Frodo dropped the ring there. Frodo journeyed to Mount Doom. So they're giving answers that are specific to the information and actually breaking down the text and the video that's happening in all the communication on Facebook. And then they say, Mount Doom. Where was the ring before Mount Doom? And then it says, Bilbo went back to the Shire. Bilbo left the ring there. So they're getting information from the computer and training it to learn how to understand that information. The reason why this is so important is as it shows entrepreneurs how to focus their information. Making sure that it's relevant to people is very important, because in the next few years, if you don't make it relevant, Facebook will make sure your information is not relevant to your users. Which leads to number 10, Facebook ads. So as Facebook continues to grow, reaching more and more people just through organic reach can sometimes be challenging. That means you need to be able to start using Facebook ads. One of the biggest things that Facebook has done over the last year is they've created an audience network and integrating this with a third-party app called LiveRail. Now, all the different applications on Facebook could have their own ad network. So just like Google has Google AdSense for third-party publishers, Facebook ads can now have Facebook ads can now have audience network with LiveRail. This means there's additional advertising opportunities for those who create apps, which is really cool, and that's really great for the publishers and marketers who want to match up with the right network. So think about it this way: 69% of all revenue in the 4th quarter of 2014 came from mobile marketing. With that, a lot of those ads go into the news stream. The ability to be able to have this type of native advertising that fits in with the news stream is really one of the key factors in the growth of Facebook ads. However, as they continue to grow, marketers need to be able to market those ads more effectively to people so it can gain scale and go to the right target market. That's one of the reasons why they've added LiveRail. Because what LiveRail allows what allows the app developers and the marketers to do is to have a unified auction where the technology that's used to market that, it goes to sell native ads to people, and it's based on the targeting for those ads, and it's all reported in one place. So for example, this is a view from the app developer side. The app, and this works on the marketer side as well, app developers can go in and then show like what type of networks they want to do, when their ads should be displayed, the delivery policies, and they start to give LiveRail an idea of who they want to have marketing on their ad platform. Then on the flip side, marketers go in and they start telling app developers, Facebook app developers, how they want to market with those app developers. So it works on both sides. Both sides of the table are then providing information. And once they've been able to do that, then you're able to create a better, richer app environment to market products. So it's really something where if you're using Facebook ads right now, you could start using Facebook, the Facebook Audience Network, to increase the reach, because a lot of people go on Facebook and they'll play the different apps. They'll play games from the different app makers, or they'll go on and use the apps for different tools. Using something like LiveRail allows you to have access to those people while they're in the app specifically, so then you can market your business while people are using and actively engaging in apps. Because a lot of times if they're engaging with an app, they might be on Facebook longer because of that app. This gives you additional opportunities to market your business for a longer period of time to those people. So, do you need more information on how to use Facebook? If so, what I encourage you to do is join our monthly social media mastermind. This is only some basic information about the future of Facebook. If you really want to dive in deep, then what I encourage you to do is to join the monthly mastermind. Surprisingly enough, our next monthly topic is Facebook. So definitely join us. Every month, you will receive 50 social media updates for your business. Now, we're going to literally create 30 image social media updates that you could share on the different social media networks, because photo is still one of the biggest ways to promote your business on Facebook and Twitter and all these other social networks right now. We'll create image updates for you to use for your business to specifically target your network. Additionally, we're going to create 20 sales updates every month, so you can use that to promote your business as well. Next, we're going to do 2 strategy session webinars where we do a Q&A at the end to help people with their marketing on Facebook. You could also get your questions answered throughout the month in our exclusive Facebook group. And one of the things with this is that people sometimes have questions as they go throughout. They might watch the webinar videos, and we do record all the webinars, including this one, and we will give people access to the recording of this webinar afterwards. And so anyone who has questions can get answers to them in our exclusive Facebook group. We also have a weekly video email to help you stay focused on what you need to do with Facebook. And you can get access to discounts and other information products as they become available. So how do you get started? Well, you go to andynathan.net/social-media-mastermind, or you can just go andynathan.net/mastermind. Either one will work. So I want to thank you very much, and let me know what questions you have about Facebook. I'm going to stop the sharing and then just go into the question side so I can actually see the questions. So what questions do you have? Let me know. Otherwise, we're pretty much good for today. Okay, well, thank you everybody very much, and have a great day and a better weekend. I hope you enjoyed all the information here. So thank you very much. Bye.